The first card that we got for chapter 9 is the Seven of Pentacles. That is a very, very pretty card. Now, in the traditional, with the Rider for Tarot, where they do the traditional Rider-Waite, it says the Seven of Pentacles is the card of patience, perseverance, and anticipation. A young farmer gazes at his crop with 7 ripening fruits. While harvest day is approaching, at this point, he is still poised between success and failure. The key words are money, finance, business, barter, gain, profit, financial success. The key symbols are seed money, growth fund, patience, remembering that you can't rush things, counting your chickens before they're hatched is a caution, and the writing prompts are a buried seed, a ripening fruit, an idea sprouting, a stakeout, and a scarecrow. Now, in the Crystal Vision Tarot book, this card focuses on the woman. The Seven of Pentacles represents reaching a milestone or goal. It signifies a pause to reevaluate the next step one will take, and the need to rest after hard work. The woman rests under a tree, gathering the bounty from her garden. She is proud of her efforts, but knows that more work is necessary to maintain the garden and reap more in the future. So that's where we're starting today. And then the next card that I got, flip through the handy dandy tarot for writers, was the Three of Wands. Now, one thing I've noticed about the wands meanings, they are different from the traditional Rider-Waite tarot and from the Crystal Vision tarot. So I'm going to show you the card upright first. You can see it's this beautiful girl surrounded by crystal wands, and she's got a little dragon there. Right there is a little dragon, and she's holding a glowing orb. So we pulled it in the reverse position. So we're having the conflict with this one. The traditional Three of Wands is a card of strong leadership, ability, wealth, and power. It depicts a nobleman waiting for his ships to come in. The key symbols are established strength, walled in because the man in the card is looking over a low stone wall, a symbol of protection, hidden emotions, a rock on a sandy shore, sailing ships, a growth venture, calculated investment. The key words for the reversed are adversity, toil, and disappointment. The writing prompts are a risky investment, a surprising business partnership, a fleet of ships with unexpected cargo, a storm at sea, or body language. Now, with this one, with the 7, Tim is coming home. This chapter is going to be a Tim chapter. So he is coming home. He is doing very, very well in his job. He just got renewed for a contract. He got a big raise. He is ready to just finish making all of his investments and putting all of his hard work in place so he can move home for his daughter's senior year of high school. Now, this one is going to be the problem because this is going to be the risky investment. I think I'm going to have that be Tanya is friends with the bank president, the family who owns the bank. She's friends with their current president. They went to high school together. And so she's going to just be giving Tim the business about his loan and about Tanya having taken out a second mortgage on the house that he has been paying for all these years for his daughter. And then the next card is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of valor, bravery, strength in the face of strong opposition. At first glance, it seems like a simple battle, but every element is a metaphor. Now, we pulled the Seven of Wands inversed. I'm going to flip it over and show you. It's a young man holding a staff, and he's riding a dragon, and there's other staffs like pointed at him like aggressively. So he's got a shield to protect himself, but he's about to go into battle. Now, we pulled it in the reverse position. So in the reverse position, the key words are vulnerability, confusion, embarrassment, anxiety, indecision, hesitation, and strife. The writing prompts for the Seven of Wands in the traditional tarot are encroachment, self-defense, a slippery slope, power mongerers, and hand-to-hand combat. So very interesting. Tim is definitely going to be on the defensive for most of this chapter. He's going to have an encounter with Lloyd. He's going to have a very nasty encounter with Tanya, and he's going to have a nasty encounter at the bank with Tanya's friend. So I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, find the Seven of Wands in here, and we'll see how different the meaning is. Okay. The Seven of Wands, according to Jennifer's Galasso's guidebook, deals with conflict and struggle. A champion facing 6 blazing wands headed straight toward him. He confronts his attackers with only one spear in his hand and his shield protecting him. Now, the reversed meaning of this, which is the one we're going to be using, is the Seven of Wands reversed can represent feeling extreme insecurity, at a disadvantage, or very vulnerable. Although the lack of confidence may be real, the feeling of inferiority may be exaggerated by one's imagination due to circumstances. So, Tim, poor Tim, he is definitely the boy on the dragon being attacked. He is definitely, it's coming, he's home for his sister's wedding, and the attacks are coming on all sides. So we're going to get started on the chapter and see where we can go with this. Chapter 20, and let's get some productivity. We have 5 a.m. Writers Club. Eee! It's so early. So early. I'm probably going to go 3 hours today because Taco's off, but that's going to be fun. All the productivity. Chapter 20 is done. So, 4,722 words. And now on to the next chapter. Okay, so let's pull out our handy dandy cards for the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. And the first card we're going to get is the Empress. That is a beautiful card. The next card we're going to get is the Six of Swords. I believe that's the recovery card. And then the reversed Knight of Wands. So these will be chapter 21. The Empress's creative energy is inspiring. She has enthusiasm, which can be contagious. Key symbols: the Garden of Life, Crown of Wisdom, Global Authority, Iconic Beauty, Rushing Waters, Evergreens, Pregnant, Wifely Duties, the Upright Position, Creativity, Fertility, Productivity, Pregnancy, Potential Growth, Abundance, Comfort, Beauty, Happiness, Pleasure, Success, Artistic Ability, Nurturing Sensuality. And the writing prompts for the Empress are creativity, fertility, a pregnancy, labor and delivery, the birth of a child, Demeter and Persephone, comparison between birth and death, a living person's life or visit to the afterlife, a dark mother like Kali, the creator-destroyer, a crone with her maiden days and mother behind her. Let's see what the Crystal Visions Tarot says about the Empress. The Empress represents femininity, abundance, nurturing, harmony, luxury, beauty, and grace. She is the Mother Earth. The goddess of fertility, the Empress is portrayed with child, surrounded by greenery and ripe wheat. She holds a heart-shaped charm and a triskel scepter, symbolizing life and rebirth and the power of the triple goddess. The Empress wears a necklace adorned with the symbol of Venus, as well as a crown of stars. She stands beneath a pomegranate tree with one foot firmly on the land and the other dipped in the river of life. Interesting. So, who will this be? No idea. No idea where this is going. I'm still with Tim's family, and Cassandra's still at the hospital. So I'm not sure. The Six of Swords is one of the most compelling cards in the tarot deck, with many layers of deeply moving symbolism. It's a card of transition from one life to another, from a troubled existence to a more peaceful reality. The River Crossing card. A ferryman steers his craft across a body of water. His passenger is seated silently, clothed from head to foot in a hooded robe. Symbolically, the boat represents an individual floating along the river of life. The ferryman is a spiritual guide, and the passenger is a spirit in the vessel of the physical body. Scars on one's soul. The bottom of the boat has been pierced by 6 swords, which are standing upright like ghostly passengers. They represent old injuries, wounds, scars, and assaults that are permanent fixtures of the person carrying them. To pull them out would leave a ship full of holes. And in the upright position, the significance is, the keywords are transition, journey, voyage, travel by water. The writing prompts are the river Styx, a trip to a distant land, an uncharted voyage, a journey to the underworld, or travel by water. Now, I don't think this Crystal Visions has the same meaning because there is no boat and there is no water visible in this card. It's just a girl looking at ravens in the skies with swords around her. I think she is leaving, this is the leaving the battle card. She is leaving the fight behind, if I remember correctly. Okay, here we go. 6 of Swords represents a period of transition, moving away from something in your past that is painful. There is a sense of sadness from leaving something behind, but also anticipation for the journey forward. The figure in the card looks at the 6 birds flying toward her as the clouds part to give way for the light. She leaves her swords behind. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So this one is a journey card, but it is about leaving your pain behind, whereas this one is about you take your pain with you and it's part of your experience. So that's going to be interesting. Okay, the last one is the inverse Knight of Wands. The inverse Knight of Wands. Like all of the court cards, his suit is fiery and energetic. He is the proverbial tall, dark stranger of tarot, witty, flirtatious, and romantic. He can be fierce, short-tempered, impulsive, and impetuous. He's a spiritual wanderer and an adventurer. Now, we got this card in the reversed, so I'm going to read you the keywords for the reversed Knight of Wands. Rupture, division, interruption, discord, alienation, a break in a relationship. The writing prompts are an excitable young man, a pyromaniac, a mysterious tablet with hieroglyphic figures, a spiritual adventure, a spiritual rescue, a vital betrayal. So that's what Tarot for Writers says about the reverse Knight of Wands. And now we're going to see what the Crystal Visions say. When the Knight of Wands is reversed in a spread, it can represent a person who is cocky, arrogant, rash. This knight can be reversed to indicate irresponsibility, jealousy, or insensitivity to a business or romantic partner. So we have Mr. Arrogant. I really feel like this is going to be my serial killer coming back, because he's going to be trying to sneak onto the Rockingham Ranch to see if Cassandra is really living there in the little cottage. But all he's going to find is Aaron and Nick. So I think the Six of Swords, I think this is going to be Tim, this one. And because this chapter is a crossover to The Wild and Enemy, I think this is going to be Millie. I think this is going to be Millie and her friend group saving Molly's wedding. So, all right then. We are at 4,722 of our 10K day, so let's see how much further we can go. Okay, so for chapter 23, we're going to look through the Tarot for Writers prompts. And the card we are starting with today is the Knight of Pentacles. So it is this card. You can see the brave young knight, and he is on his horse with just a staff to defend him. The Knight of Pentacles does not fit most people's conceptions of a knight. He doesn't move fast. He's not especially flirtatious. When the rest of the knights are off on adventure, he usually stays behind to take care of the kingdom and its routine border patrols. His mission in life seems to be taking care of the ordinary details and everyday responsibilities other knights overlook. Key symbols: he is down to earth. He is cautious and slow in motion. The keywords for the upright are solitary, useful, responsibility, and practicality. The writing prompts for the Knight of Pentacles are a sturdy young man, a couch potato, a long-term plan, a physical adventure, a physical rescue. So here's your boy that's going to be staying home to work. So in our crystal visions, let's pull this open. Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is cautious, thorough, thoughtful, and hardworking. The Knight can be stubborn with an all-work, no-play attitude. Although the least romantic of the Knights, his stability and reliability make him a loyal and trustworthy partner. The Knight rides to the woods on horseback, keenly aware of his surroundings. He carries no weapons, only his staff to keep his horse on the path. So, that is the first card that we drew for chapter 23. The second card that we drew are the Nine of Swords, which you can see this is a very striking card. A young woman laying in the snow with the swords around her and the ravens perched above her. So, the Nine of Swords is the card of despair. A woman sits upright in bed. She is surrounded by inky blackness with her hands covering her face. She is in anguish. That's the traditional image of the card. So I'm going to see if I can show this to you. See? So as you can see, like, she looks like she's having a nightmare. The key words are nightmares, obsession, despair, insomnia, mental cruelty, grief, sorrow, loss, fear, guilt, shame, and dread. The writing prompts are a nightmare, a premonition, a sound in the middle of the night, a bed, blanket, or quilt, and a story that comes to you in your sleep. That's from the Tarot for Writers. Now, from the Crystal Visions Tarot, the Nine of Swords is not the same image, even though it is a very similar image of a woman sleeping and the swords all around her. The Nine of Swords is a card of guilt, anguish, and regret. The figure portrayed in the card has taken to the ground in despair. She is paralyzed by fear and doubt, unable to move forward. The ravens perch on the swords that surround her, looking on, assessing her pain. They wait for her to pick up the ninth sword that rests by her side to move on. That is definitely Cassandra. That is where she is. That is where she's living. She is hiding in her little valley. She is living in her fear and pain. And she just doesn't know where to go, how to keep going. All right. And now we have the King of Cups. In the traditional tarot, it's this old man on a throne. He's got a cup on one hand, and he just looks grumpy. He looks very stern. So, but his appearance, let me show you what the traditional card looks like. His appearance is not this grumpy old man is not what the card is. The King of Cups is a kind, gentle man. He is just and fair, often associated with business, law, science, or ministry. He is frequently connected to art and science. When he sits on his throne, he seems lost in thought, but he is quite calm in demeanor, which disguises a fierce and passionate nature. Oddly, the King of Cups is also said to be a man in a powerful position who could be shifty in business dealings. He is a cautionary card, a warning of potential ill will on the part of the man in the position. He could be a hypocrite, only pretending to help. Now that is very different from the Crystal Visions definition. So I'm going to skip ahead. Keywords for the upright position of the King of Cups. A generous, good, or honest man. Wise, compassionate, artistic, cultured. Inspired, tolerant, intuitive, empathic, and sensitive. Now, all of the negative connotations come in the reversed position, where the keywords are things like untruthfulness, dishonesty, shiftiness, double dealing, two-timing, alcoholism, or addiction. The writing prompts that come with the King of Cups: a fundamentalist who believes passionately, a Sea World veterinarian, a faith healer, a hypocrite, a con artist, King Neptune. So that's where we are for the Tarot for Writers. Now, like I said, the Crystal Visions Tarot of the King of Cups is different. Let me back up to that. The King of Cups is a strong, wise, patient, honest, honorable, and kind. The king is highly intuitive and compassionate, but he keeps his emotions balanced in order to rule with fairness and in a just manner. He is intelligent and a diplomatic leader, able to diffuse tension and keep the peace. He sits on a throne of reeds, with one leg in the water and the other firmly on the rock. Now, I don't know if you remember, but there have been several cards we've seen where, like the Empress card, the Moon card, I think, is one of them. There are several cards we've seen in this deck where a character is standing with one foot on a stone and one foot in the water to symbolize balance. So that is where we are. You can see he's got this very, very king of the sea. He's got a trident there, and he's got this very king of the sea vibe. So I'm thinking that the king and the knight, I'm going to combine them together to be Tim. So we've got Tim here, and then the Nine of Swords. We know that one is Cassandra. So we're going to start writing today, and hopefully we'll be able to break 70K. We'll see. Well, chapter 24, 5 a.m. Writer Club was a bomb this morning because, yeah, yikes, my internet's so bad. So, but one thing I did want to show everyone is I made a new timer. It is sunflowers. I will be uploading it, but so this is my sunflower. This is how big it is to my face. This is one of my, this isn't even the biggest one, but like here's the sunflower compared to my coffee cup. So yes, I have giant sunflowers. They have taken over one of my garden. I have raised beds. So they have taken over one of my garden beds, and I literally have sunflowers up to my rafters in the front of my house. So today, for chapter 24, I drew my 3 cards. The first card is the reversed 4 of Cups. Now, normally the 4 of Cups is like this. The 4 of Cups is the apathy card. Just someone who is they just don't care anymore. They're just daydreaming and don't care about things. So the reverse of this, according to the Crystal Visions Tarot Guide, is when the 4 of Cups appears reversed in the spread, it can represent a new desire and inner motivation. The sense of apathy has lifted, and suddenly there is a renewed sense of enthusiasm. So Cassandra is in a place where she's kind of like really trying to start over. So hopefully I'll be able to write her starting to move forward. The next card we got, though, it was very surprising, and I think this is going to be another setback for Cassandra, because again, the 5 of Swords was one of the cards that she drew the day that her roommate was, or that I shouldn't say she drew. Miss Priss the cat pulled this card by knocking the deck off the floor, and this was one of the cards that landed upright. So again, we have the the kind of dark winged person in the background, and the girl with the swords in her back. The Five of Swords represents betrayal, someone who cheats or uses an unfair advantage to win. We must look out for ourselves and try to claim what is rightfully ours, yet hurting others in our own self-interest will lead to a shallow victory. The woman is stabbed in the back as her assailant takes off with 3 swords. He seems pleased with his victory, yet pauses to look back. So, yeah, I think Cassandra's going to have another setback. She's trying so hard. And then the last one is the one that in the reverse position is Tim's ex-wife, and that is the Queen of Pentacles. So we had it like this before, and now we have it like this. So the upright Queen of Pentacles is down to earth, practical, business-minded, financially savvy, resourceful, and generous. She is nurturing and supportive of all, especially children and animals. Guess who's going to be visiting Cassandra's garage again? Yeah, Audie the Bull. Audie the Bull will be back, and maybe he'll bring a friend. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I can do something. Yeah, we'll see where this goes. So this, the Queen of Pentacles is the true Earth Mother, cultivating the land and all that live around her. The queen depicted in this card sits upon her tree throne, surrounded by her dryad ladies-in-waiting. She welcomes everyone with a warm and open heart. So, it's really hard to see the dryads. I don't know. They're like in the tree limbs. So, like one is there, and one is there, and there's 2 right there, and 1 right there, and 1 over here. I don't know if you can see them. So that is where we are at. Let me really quick grab my handy dandy tarot for writers, and we will look up the prompts. So we've looked up the 4 of Cups. Actually, I think we've looked up all of these cards before. Oh, no, we have not looked up the 4 of Cups before. Okay, so the 4 of Cups is the card of disappointment and apathy. Yeah. The figure sits staring at the cup, uninspired. He is under the branches of an ancient tree, but he doesn't notice the cloud has formed. A strange, ghostly hand emerges from the vaporous mist. A 4th golden chalice materializes. Unnoticed. So let me see if I can show you that card. The key symbols are the blind eye, blended pleasure, meditation, the law of gravity. And the key words for the reversed, for the upright, are wariness, disgust, displeasure, apathy, discontentment, dissatisfaction, boredom, dejection. And the reversed 4 of Cups, which is what we're doing today, is new friends, new adventure, regeneration, refreshment. The writing prompts for the 4 of Cups are a miraculous apparition that materializes, a peace offering, disillusionment, disappointment, a holograph. Interesting. So, dog ear that corner. And then we had, what was it? Oh, yeah. The 5 of Swords. We've done before. Again, the card of defeat and humiliation. The victor gathers the spoils while the vanquished are left behind or headed away. And keywords: defeat, humiliation, failure, loss, dishonor, malice, slander. And in the reversed, it is a short-lived victory. The prompts for the 5 of Swords are the agony of defeat, a poor sport, a sore winner, a brief public argument, or the spoils of war. So that is a little bit different from what this says, because this indicates like a shallow, someone that is injured, and then in the reverse, a shallow victory. And then flipping to the Pentacles. So we have had the reverse Queen of Pentacles, and the upright Queen of Pentacles is almost exactly the same. Well-rounded, although this one says that she is the Queen of Pentacles is also connected with riches, wealth, and opulence. She is resourceful, investing her time and energy in a project, and it always turns to gold. And then it talks about the Queen's green thumb. The upright keywords for the Queen of Pentacles is a dark woman, wealth, security, generosity. Oh, those are the keywords, sorry. And the writing prompts are a gardener, a florist, a dark and mysterious woman, a secret pregnancy, a wealthy or shrewd woman. Okay, so, all right. I think what today's plan for chapter 24 is going to be Cassandra starting again. And then she's going to have a setback. Maybe another May I Be Chained book comes out. And she gets another contact from our serial killer trying to get her to voice the books. And then I'm going to set her up to start, really trying to work on her. Spring is coming. Spring is coming, so maybe she plants more gardens. Maybe she does more stuff in her little valley. Yeah. So Cassandra's pretty much wrote, I might do some Tim stuff, maybe the next chapter, because the last chapter I did Tim. So this chapter I'll do Cass. And we'll just see where we go. So happy productivity. All right, chapter 25, and we have 2.5 days left. The cards that I got for this chapter we have already gotten, so I'm not going to do their definitions. It is the Page of Cups. So the kind of disillusionment, the gentle heart, compassionate person. The Seven of Pentacles, which is the woman with plenty who is not counting her harvest yet. She is waiting for it to come in. And then, of course, the Knight of Pentacles, which is Tim's card. And so this is where I'm starting the Windswept and an Enemies in the Wind crossover here. So I think I'm going to use the scene when Tim sees Celine for the second time after she returns to Pagosa Cliffs. The first time is at the Halloween carnival, and Celine Miranda Rose basically just verbally assaults him and Lloyd and Tiana and Carol Comer, just in front of everyone. She just humiliates them, and then she flies off to rescue some people who were in a car accident. So this is there's a scene where Tim goes back, and Celine somebody's put a bear bait pit between her property and Tank's property, and she killed the bear. And so Tim is coming over to get the bear carcass, and they had a cow that threw breach and didn't make it. So I think I'm going to use that story to kind of interweave more. And Grandma Fern is very sick right now. Grandma Fern is dying of cancer right now. She dies, I believe, in January. The next January? Yeah. I think the next late January, early February on the next of the next year. So this is going to be, this will be January. Because they were having unseasonably warm weather, they ended up with an early riser, and that's why Celine had to kill a bear. But Cassie finds one of Audie the bull's favorite cows trying to give birth, and she's in breach, and so I think Cassie's going to have the trauma of something that all ranchers and farmers deal with, of when livestock throws a breech baby and you don't find it in time, and the mama dies, and then you have to try to save the babies. So I think that's, traumatizing for our dear gentle soul, but of course our ever dependable, lovely Tim is going to come to the rescue with Grandma Fern. So yeah, here we are. Let's get ready. Good morning, lovelies. It is very early in the morning, and we are on the last day of the August80K, chapter 26. We are going to get our final numbers in today, and we're going to win this thing with 1 day left to spare. I'm so happy right now. So I pulled the cards and I stuck them in my handy dandy Tarot for Writers book, and I have my lovely Crystal Visions Tarot. Again, I so much appreciate Jennifer Galasso for putting out this set, because it has really made this a fun writing project, and you can hear Kohaku banging around because he just wants to be into everything right now. So first card we got is the reverse Page of Pentacles, which I don't think we've gotten this card before. In the traditional tarot, the Page of Pentacles is a young man with both feet on the ground, nurturing, generous, kind, diligent, and... Okay, where was I? Sorry, got a knock in the early morning. According to tarot tradition, the Page of Pentacles is Earth in human form. He embodies the ground energy that connects to the Suite of Pentacles, the world of matter and physical existence. The key symbols for this card in the traditional tarot are salt of the earth, a package delivery, learning to run, or historical significance. The key words, now we got it in the reverse. So the key words in the reverse are delays in physical development and maturity. And the writing prompts, according to Tarot for Writers, is a camper, a hiker, a physical message, a physical lesson, an earthy young person. So, but as you can see, let me show this card up. This is a young woman instead of a young man, and instead of being like down in the earth and very earthy, she's actually up in a tree. So we're going to see what the Crystal Visions Tarot says about the Page of Pentacles in reverse. When the Page of Pentacles appears reversed, it can indicate insecurity about one's abilities to succeed. It can represent bad timing or delays in achieving one's goal. It can signify wasting of precious resources or efforts, or worry. So, yeah. So this is a very Cass card, but it's also a very Tim card, because they're both like in this place where they're struggling, where they're insecure, and where things they want are being delayed by the world around them. Okay, next card is, is the Five of Cups. Now, in the traditional tarot, it is a man. We've done this card in the reverse position before for the Galasso Tarot, for the Crystal Visions Tarot. So we've done it in the reverse position, so I'll have to read you the opposite. I've read you the symbolism of this. It is the card of loss and desolation. So We got it in the reverse position, so the keywords for the reverse Five of Cups are a short-lived period of mourning, soon forgotten troubles, acceptance, recovery, hope. And the writing prompts are a cloak of invisibility, a bridge, a spill, a bankruptcy, grief. So for the reverse, a short-lived period of mourning, well, it's not going to be short-lived. I mean, Grandma Fern just died, and so the McConnell Ballard clan are really, really just, I mean, they're devastated. I mean, who wouldn't be? And so, but they've known it's been coming for a while. She's had cancer for 2 years. So I need to look up this card for the upright position because I read it in the reverse before. Okay, Five of Cups. Now I've read it in the reverse before, but or I've read it in the upright before, and now we're reading it in the reverse. So when the reverse Five of Cups appears in a spread, it can represent letting go of the past and appreciating the lessons learned from previous hurts or past mistakes. Recognizing the two remaining cups, the floating cups versus the spilled cups, allows you to continue to move onward in your recovery process. So hopefully Tim or Cassandra, whoever I write this for, will be, they're going to start seeing instead of seeing the glass half empty, they're going to start seeing it half full. They're going to start being ready to move onward. And then the next one that we got is the Tower reversed, which we got the Tower in the upright position before, so I'm not going to go through and read everything. I'm just going to read you the keywords for the Tower reversed in traditional tarot, in the traditional Rider-Waite. Disaster, catastrophe, destruction, upheaval, ruin, alarm, adversary, misery, oppression, calamity, or imprisonment. So the upheaval is definitely going on. The adversary and misery is definitely going on. So we're going to hop over to the Crystal Visions Tarot very quickly. And, oh, I think my cinnamon rolls are done. I'm just going to read this I'm going to put you on pause, and then I have to go pull them out of the oven. Be right back. I'm back. They're too hot to eat. Whoa. So, okay, where were we? Oh, yes, the Tower reversed. I've got to find this card. Okay, there we go. Oh, no, my nails. I flaked my nail polish off. Oh, sad face. I did so well keeping my nails done. Oh, well. When the Tower appears reversed in a spread, it can indicate that one is aware that disaster awaits them and is helpless to change the situation. The only option is to survive, accept that the change will forge a new and more positive path. That sounds like a really, really interesting card to write. Okay, so let's see. Where am I going to write? Start off here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with this. I know it's going to be after Grandma Fern passes away. So it's almost Valentine's Day. It's late January, early February, Pagosa Cliffs. Valentine's Day is when Celine Miranda overdoses and Tank has to save her. Lloyd has to take over working on the farm, working the sheriff's office full-time while she is recovering. I think I'm going to, because this will be after Tim picked up the bear, but before Celine goes into recovery. So there's just like a 2-week gap there. Yeah. Maybe I'll have Tim take her out to meet, take Lloyd out to meet Cassandra. Because Lloyd has not met her yet. He knows of her, but he has not met her yet. So, yeah. I think that's where I'm going to start. That's where I'm going to start. I'm just going to see where it goes. I do have to write the part where Miss Priss, the cat, gets sick and has to go on insulin. And she has a fight with her brother, the veterinarian, Aaron. She has a fight with Aaron about whether or not Priss goes onto insulin or not. And this puts us a year out. Well, no. Where does this put us? I'm trying to think in the whole span of the timeline where they are, because this is the place where Jay Lancaster has moved to Pagosa. He has moved to Pagosa, and he's living in the house next to the Singing Goat Dairy, and he's yeah. So the erotica killer is back in Pagosa, but he does not encounter Cassandra, and Tim is not looking for him at this time because he's not stalking Tiana yet. So I have to be very careful about this because I already have the existing timeline for where this book is falling. So I don't want to mess anything up, and I want to be very careful to make sure things happen in order, and I want to get the last 3K for today, for the August80K. And I'm going to have 1 day left over. We did it. We did it. We broke 80K. All right. I went in and added the last numbers. I've been watching the Pro Writer's Aid free sci-fi writers conference this week, and some really good things. I hopped on a few writing streams between seminars, and I got 2,000. Wait, I just typed that in. Why can I not remember it now that I just typed it back in? Let me go to my stats page. 2,770. I just got those in. I typed them in, and that puts me at a grand total of 80,996 words. I've got 26 chapters posted on Inkit as part of my accountability, and I still have so much story to tell, so much more story to tell. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. My friends on stream, I am hanging out on a Cordy stream, and we're all having a little celebration right now, making meatloaf for the family for a late dinner, and it's just, this summer has been a real struggle bus for me. Since last May, I cranked out May, and then June and July were just struggle buses for me. And to get this through in August, I just feel so energized and so ready to join Caro and Tamara and Sky to do the 7-day book challenge starting on September 1st. Or, well, I'm going to be starting on the 2nd because I have stuff. And so, but yeah, I feel so energized, and I'm like, I hope that I can like carry this energy through into NaNoWriMo, PrepMo October, and NaNoWriMo November. Honestly, using the Tarot for Writer and using not just the Tarot for Writer prompts, but because this is technically the Crystal Visions Tarot is technically an art deck because it's not a traditional Rider-Waite. Using these and everything, it's like people who use the Oracle cards for writing prompts and inspiration. This has been amazing. I'm probably going to continue doing it through the rest of the book. I do need to take a little break on my brain. I might go ahead and write chapter 27 tomorrow. It's exciting, and you can see that I have my Marigold Tarot out. I'm ready to use it for the 7 days. But seriously, this invaluable using the prompts. I cannot recommend it enough for everyone. And if it's just, even if you're not a tarot devotee, even if you know tarot is just, you know, I have a thing in the story that I wrote where Cassandra explains to Tim that tarot isn't this thing that like where your destiny is preset and your tarot cards tell you what to do. The tarot cards are more like guided meditations into finding insights into your cards. So that's the way she uses it. And using the Tarot for Writer, the card meanings and the prompts, especially Jennifer Galasso's prompts for her Crystal Visions Tarot, it really was an interesting writing challenge because it was like having writing prompts every day, and it really just helped me because I didn't have the burden of having to find the flow for every chapter because I had my base outline made for the story points that I wanted to hit, and I only made it 2/3 of the way through those. I still have 1/3 of those left written down that I have to hit. So yeah, we're at 26 chapters, roughly 3,000 to 4,000 words per chapter. I will definitely be hacking the chapters apart when I do the rewrite, but for now, for August of 2022, we got 80,996 words. Anyone else out there who wants to try this, I definitely recommend doing it. And just enjoy. Find something to enjoy the writing. This has really recharged me. It's really just like helped me get over the hump that I was in. I was on the struggle bus, and now everything's just coming. So let's get some creativity done. And if you're going to try this challenge, remember that you can do August as the August80K. The 80K is technically supposed to be for 80K of editing, and I'm just a fruitcake and brain damage, haha. That's what I've got. And so my brain was like, yeah, we can write 80K. Yeah, let's do this. And so yeah, we did this. But it was fun, and I definitely encourage people, you know, just try these. Put like something out there, and if you don't make it, and if you fail, then at least fail gloriously and be like, I tried, and that is what counts, because any words count. All words count, and there are #no words left behind. So I'm Mama Maggie Ward, and thank you for watching vlog number 3 for the August80K. Be blessed and have a lovely day.